Hello guys and welcome to my channel. This is just a little update. I have been really busy with trying to figure out how to package the things that we're gonna take to that I'm gonna take to American Samoa. One of the things that I was concerned about is what kind of a case am I gonna use to put my lens in and the camera. And I look on Amazon and I'm looking at the dimensions and things like that. And it's nice to shop on Amazon sometimes, but sometimes you need to go and physically inspect stuff. And so for that, I ended up going to Kenmore camera store, which is in Kenmore, next to Bothell and between Bothell and Seattle area. And they, you know what, they've been actually been really great. I bought all three of my Tamron lens from them. I bought my M50 with the 15 to 45 and 11 to 22 from on Amazon. And I also bought the Moza Air 2, which I think I might have shown you a little bit about it before. I'm not too happy with it. I've had some issues with it. This is the third gimbal that I have, but I'll show you what I got for it. In the meantime, I want to go ahead and show you the Pelican Air 1535. All right, and so here is the Pelican Air 1535, made in the USA. And this is supposed to be the size that is meant to go on the plane with me as a carry-on. So let's take a look. It's not too big, but for what I have, I guess it's gonna do for now. I have the M50 right here, and I put it in with the small rig cage. I have my 5D Mark II in here. I got some ND filters and some polarizers for my lens. This is the 15 to 30 Tamron lens. I need a wide angle lens. I do have a 24 to 70 and then also the 70 to 200. I got two of my flashes there. I have the 11 to 22 Canon for my M50. I have my Viltrox, which I need when I put my big lens on my M50. I got my cheap 50mm with me, 1.8. Has worked really great for me. And then I have my remote in here, and then I have some memory cards that I take just in case. So this is the Pelican Air 1535, and you'll notice that this lens, the 15 to 30, it's a bit taller, and to save space, I couldn't lay it down, so I ended up putting it like this. And the thing is, like, it goes down a little bit. You probably won't see that too much in there, but it goes down a bit because there's some cushioning in the bottom. And then the spot right here also has some cushion on, which I think is nice. And then so that kind of gives me a little bit of leeway so that I can push them down and keep it tight. You close it, you get the first click, and then the nice click there, and there you go. And that's my little Pelican Air 1535. Nice little case. Comes with the wheels on the bottom. And then you can extend the arm right here, so you can pull it. You do have to pull it back down. And there you go. So you can carry it vertically, or you can carry it like a suitcase, which I won't be doing too much, obviously, but there you have it. And that is my new suitcase or carrying case for my camera equipment for now. I will need something bigger, but for now this is gonna do. Now let me go ahead and show you the Moza Air. And right now, in case you're wondering, I am recording this right now with the iPhone XS. I don't like how it softens the picture, but that's what I'm using so that I can show you the M50 inside the case. Okay, just so you guys know, the audio is also straight out the iPhone XS. And so I have my I have my M50 with the 15 to 45 lens that comes with the camera. I actually have to buy them separate, but and the first thing that I do is, even though I have balanced it before, sometimes I move things around. So what I'm going to do is make sure that this is balanced correctly. And one important thing that I want to mention, there is a little lock mechanism down here. You have to unlock it. I don't do that yet. I keep it locked so it doesn't move that way for me. And the first thing that I do is, I don't want this camera to go up and down. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and move it forward just a little bit more. That's perfect. So I'm going to tighten. And when you tighten, try not to move the camera that way with this hand. You should just grab it from here and then just tighten it. That way you don't have any issues with it. The next thing that I like to do is, we're going to put it upside down like this. And what I don't want is the camera to drop. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen up this axis right here. Just a teensy bit. Don't want that moving. That's pretty good, right? It's not going anywhere. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten this baby up. And then, if I put her at any angle, it shouldn't do that. So once I balance this right here, it tells me that it's still kind of heavy on the back, even though this is actually kind of still. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this up just a bit. And right about there, just a little fraction. And there you go. So it should stay on the angle that you put it, and it shouldn't move. Now I have the camera balance, and I have the first axis balance. So now I'm going to go ahead and unlock it, and then you can see it's kind of heavy on the right side. So we're going to loosen the second axle, and then we're going to just little by little. You will feel it when you see that when it moves. So right there is perfect, right? So you guys are with me, because I've had issues with this Moza Air 2, and like I said, this is the third one that I get. And so the next test that I have to do to balance, we want to make sure that this axle is also balanced. So when you move the camera and you put it like this, it should not move. And that's pretty good. So it's moving just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead, and I think it's just that way. Now you might have to do it a few times. See that? It's not going anywhere. So that's perfectly balanced right there. So I want to make sure everything is nice and tight. Very important. This little lock right here might be loose a little bit. So you want to make sure that it's come all the way down here. At this point, everything is balanced. I am going to go ahead and set it on the starting position, just like that. That way you guys can see what it does. I'm going to turn it on. I need some batteries. I'll be right back. And we have batteries. So I'm going to show you this before I start balancing it. Let me lock it back up. I'm sure you guys have seen many tutorials on this. Right here is the unlock button, and once you know how the batteries go, it's pretty easy. What I do is I put the one on the bottom first, even though you'll think that you have to do the top one first. But the one on the bottom is the one that has the spring, so that's how I go about it. And then this one, red is for positive. This one I do put it up because the spring is going to be on the top. Alright, if I put them in correctly, it should work. Now there's a there's a little click, not a too loud of a click, but there is a click. Okay, and I'm going to give you a tip on how to take those off. They are a little pain in the neck to take off, or they can be. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock this axis because remember I locked it. So want to make sure it's stable, you know, nice and calibrated there, balanced. And then we're going to go ahead and turn it on, and what we do is hold the power button for a couple of seconds, and you can see how the camera is shaking, and that's one of the issues that I've been having with it. So I'm going to go into the menu. I'm going to go to gimbal set. I'm going to go to motor. I'm going to go ahead and switch them. Actually, I'm going to do it with the motor off. Don't need that yet. And then we're going to do an auto tune. Now, mind you, when you balance it, when you turn it on, it shouldn't shake at all. And that's the issue that I've had with it. And so doing the auto tune, it's supposed to perfect the balancing on the gimbal. Right now, everything looks normal. That's not normal. And so I'm having a dilemma to where I don't know, I feel like I want to keep it. At the same time, I mean, look at it. I feel like I have to send it back. But there is one thing that you can do, and one of them is you go to custom level, and let me see if I can show you. I'm not sure if I'm able to show you this. Let's see if we can capture this without shaking. Now I know, let me see if I can focus on that thing. Now I know you probably won't be able to see it because of the rolling on the screen, but right now it's on tilt, and the way I try to find out what the hell is going on with the axis, like what's going on. It's, I put it on tilt, and then I bring it down slowly. Right now I'm at 29, 20, I'll leave it at 20, nothing is happening. Panel seems to be at 50, which I think that's not normal. So I'm gonna bring that down slowly, and you can see how the shaking kind of goes away, right? So at 20, we still have a little bit of shake. I don't know if you can distinguish that on the camera, but I'm gonna keep going down to 18, 16, 12, 10, 9. And I feel it, and it's not shaking anymore. I'm gonna bring down the tilt to like 15, and it seems like I feel some more shake. Now they're all at 9 right now, and quite honestly, it shouldn't be. I can still feel a little bit of shake on there. I put it down all the way to 0 on panel, and I don't really feel that shake too much, but I still feel it. So I'm going to bring the roll down to 0. I still feel it just a little bit. So I'm going to bring the tilt down to 0. And now I don't know if my hands are just shaky because I've been shaking. But that should work. So we're gonna grab this baby up. We're gonna move it back and forth. It's probably gonna be off focus, but look at that. See how it's not responding? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the menu, gimbal setup, motor, and I'm going to go ahead and switch the motor on. And there you go. 1, 2, 3 for selfie. 1, 2, go back to main position. And we're going to go ahead and set it upside down. Let me place my phone back over here. Okay, so what I do to turn it, because you can just go straight like this. I put it on the main starting position. I hold the trigger to lock everything down so the camera doesn't move, and then I go upside down like this. Not bad. I don't feel the shake. If you press the trigger twice again, it goes back to the starting position. Now you can do flashlight mode, I guess they call it like that. And press the function button twice, and this will put you in inception mode, which you can rotate the camera that fast or you can rotate it slow. You can control the effect. Back to home position. Pardon me for the messy presentation. I am moving things around everywhere. But you guys can see my dilemma. It's been really stressful, and I'm not even halfway started. I don't want to say done, halfway started. Having issues back and forth with the Moza Air you know, sometimes, you know, when you talk to technical support, which for this one has been per gear support, they try to work with me as much as they possibly can. I believe that. But I'm very disappointed with the Moza Air 2, and I've seen reviews, obviously better than mine. I'm not a reviewer, but I'm gonna try to get better for you guys. That it works perfect, everything is great, and for me it's not. So what I was gonna show you is, before I continue, it's how I take off the batteries. And some people struggle with this. Please, I struggle with this, but I'm gonna show you guys a little tip if you haven't seen it or done it yet. That is, I hope that's in focus there, or an angle. That's the only thing I hate about recording with the iPhone with the good side of the camera, because I can't tell what the hell I'm looking at. So this little switch right here, it gets really hard to push down, and I've seen people like struggle here. You wanna squeeze the handle, and look how easy that, I don't know if you can see it. See that? Easy. So just squeeze it, and then you can go ahead and open it. I'm gonna go ahead and lock this up, and then I'm gonna turn it off. And you try to get the fingers in here to get these babies out. Right now my hands are actually kind of grabbing the battery, and I can kind of like come in this way. Oh man, it's so hard. It normally this thing comes in with a little tool to tighten things up. You can also grab anything flat and then just kind of push it from inside just to help you a little bit. And then you get the first ones out. The second ones are easier because the spring kind of helps you unload them. But that's really all you need. You just need something like, you know, something flat that you can push out. So that's what I got. And so with that being said, I want to love the Moza Air. They gave me a shipping return label. I really want this thing to work, but it just seems like I'm getting more issues as I hold on to it. So not a very good review for the Moza Air 2 from me. I'm just the unlucky guy, I guess, but you guys have seen it. I balanced it. It was perfectly balanced. I had to manually go in and control the motors. And that's the thing, like, you know, I do that right now, and then I start again, and then it does it again. And it shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't have to calibrate the gimbal every single time that I'm gonna use it. And it's the same issue that I've had with this is the third one. They all had the same issue. So, you know what, Godsend, if you're watching this, hopefully you guys can take care of it. I'm not sure if it's a firmware issue or not. I'm thinking that it's gonna be a firmware issue, because it seems like when I take down the power on the motors, sometimes, just so you have an idea, sometimes like right now I have to put everything to 0 in order for it to stop shaking. Sometimes I have to do 15, 24, 10. Sometimes I have to do 15, 18, 9. And it's the same setup. It's the same lens. It's the M50 with the small rig cage, and the 15 to 45. I mean, the other heavy lens that I put on there is the 11 to 22, and supposedly this is a what is it, a 9-pound payload. And even with my 5D Mark II and I wouldn't go as anything bigger than the 15 to 30 lens on it. If I do a 70 to 200, it's just way too long. It won't fit. At least not on this thing. Man, I don't have really good things to say about it. I want to love it. I really do. I mean, I need a gimbal for my recording videos. One of the things that I like about videos is, like, smooth footage. And I know my videos are not all great and they're not all smooth. As I, keep doing it, I'm hoping to get better at it. And I'm going to tell you that this little camera, the M50, just put in with the 50 millimeter 1.8. Wow, it does such a great job. If I put it like this, just steady. But I really haven't tested it out to see how it focuses on focuses. It's not a really smooth lens, so it definitely is going to make some noise when it's focusing. I just ordered a dual lavier microphone wireless set so that I can put the receiver here, and then I can use the lavalier microphone, and hopefully that comes out with better sound for you guys. I think it's going to be important, especially if I'm out taking photography, photos outside, landscape photography. Thinking about putting the microphone inside, and hopefully that actually blocks some of the wind and things like that. And hopefully the audio comes out with a little less echo. I know that we can take some of the echo in the audio software provided that I have from Power Director. And the less things that I do with software, the better for me. So if you guys are watching this and you're thinking about getting the Moza Air 2, I don't have a good review for that, unfortunately. I'm loving the Pelican cases. They look pretty sturdy. They look pretty nice. Heavy duty. We'll find out on this trip how heavy duty they are, even though I actually take very good care of my equipment. So with that being said, that's my ranting about the Moza Air 2. Just so unfortunate that I can't keep it. I'm gonna have to send it, and if I have to send it, it has to be like right now. And oh gosh, very disappointed. But going back to the move, there's a lot of setbacks. There's a lot of things here and there. But we already got the plane ticket. We got most of the stuff sorted out. The family in American Samoa is waiting for us. Well, waiting for me at this point. Wife and the kids will follow later. But nonetheless, I'm excited to go over there and learn some more of the Samoan culture. I have done my research. I have studied. I have the last 8 years living with with my in-laws, all Samoan culture. Some things I don't understand, but I'm not the one to judge. It's not my culture. And if I'm going to make it my culture, I have to respect all the rules and boundaries that come with it. Now, mind you, that not everything that people do in their countries is part of the culture. There's such a thing as respect, and sometimes people don't have respect for others. That's not the culture of Samoa. Samoa has been built in God, family values, and the Matai system. And I think those things are great. And hopefully, making some blogs and some videos. There's a couple of projects that I'm going to announce later on once I'm all set up for it, so that you guys can experience that, learning the new culture and experiencing the good culture of the happy people of Samoa. That saying doesn't mean that they really are happy all the time. I've seen some bad times. I've seen some angry times. There's been some crazy times. But nonetheless, I've witnessed a lot of the unity of the family. And that's what I'm really excited about, to go to Samoa. Total different living than in the States, of course. It's, there's a lot of things that are not as advanced as here. But there is one thing the Samoan people have that is priceless compared to what's here in the States, and that's their own island, their own land, their own family sticking together. So if you're watching this video, just if you like it, hit like, share, subscribe. I'm going to be making more videos, and I'm definitely going to be documenting this trip to American Samoa as best as I can. I don't promise you the most professional videos. I mean, it's just a blog, but I will definitely share every experience that I get in American Samoa, and hopefully maybe even travel to Western Samoa and see what's going on over there. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Sorry about my ranting with my bad experience here with this monster that I want to love, but sometimes you just can't love the beast. All right, be blessed.
My dad, and we brought some things from the vet child. Yeah, and huh? No. Yeah, look. I'll show you how. Watch. When I get closer to you, just tell me to stop.
Good job.
And don't forget to subscribe our channel. Don't forget to get big thumbs up. Bye.